Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide Podcast. I'm Nai, the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide, your host and guide on this incredible spiritual, mental, and feel good journey of entrepreneurship. I'm so excited and deeply honored to have you here with me for this, my very first episode. This podcast was created for entrepreneurs who are navigating the challenges of the entrepreneurial journey while also seeking clarity, balance, and personal growth. I consider anyone at any stage of the entrepreneurial process to be an entrepreneur. Whether you're just starting out with ideas, looking for opportunities, starting a new business, growing your business, or even considering a big pivot in your business. Regardless of where you are on your journey, you've come to the right place. Are you ready? Let's start with why I created the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide podcast. If you ever felt like you're working hard but not making progress, or like you're juggling so many things that you don't even know where to start, you're not alone. That's exactly why I created this podcast to help you find clarity, balance, and actionable steps to move forward. As entrepreneurs, we wear so many hats. We're the CEO, the visionary, the problem solver, the marketer, and everything else in between. It can be overwhelming, and it's so easy to lose sight of your purpose or feel stuck in the day to day grind. But entrepreneurship is so much more than hustle and hard work. It's also about self discovery, growth, and finding alignment between your entrepreneurial journey and your life. This podcast is here to help you gain clarity on your vision and goals, overcome the mental and emotional challenges of entrepreneurship, things like self doubt and fear, to build sustainable habits that allow you to thrive without burnout, and connect with your unique strengths and align them with your entrepreneurial projects. This is your space, a space to explore, reflect, and grow as both an entrepreneur and as a person. My hope is that every episode gives you actionable tools, inspiration, and the encouragement you need to keep moving forward, even on those hard days. Now that you know a little bit about the purpose of this podcast, I'd like to share a bit about my own journey and why I'm so passionate about helping entrepreneurs like you. I wasn't always an entrepreneur. I tried the traditional working environment, but quickly realized it wasn't for me. I kind of fell into entrepreneurship when looking for a master's degree program. During my education, I realized the passion I felt for entrepreneurship and started my own entrepreneurial journey. I remember a time early in my entrepreneurial journey when I felt completely stuck. At the time, I wasn't ready to be settled in one place. I had so many ideas, but like no clear direction, and I was very overwhelmed trying to do everything myself. One day, I hit a breaking point. I was working late into the night, feeling exhausted and unmotivated, and questioning whether I was even cut out for entrepreneurship. That's when I realized something had to change. I took a step back, got clear on my vision, and started focusing on what truly mattered. What really appealed to me was a career in teaching entrepreneurship and working with entrepreneurship students. Also, I love the idea of working with entrepreneurs starting out on their journeys or looking for and developing new opportunities. It's now been 17 years, and I love working with students while doing my projects. I work helping entrepreneurs, and I love doing this. That moment of clarity transformed how I approach my life as an entrepreneur, a life of working to help others achieve their entrepreneurial dreams. That realization is what inspired me to create this podcast. I want to share what I've learned through my own experiences and from working with other entrepreneurs so you can navigate your journey with more ease, more clarity, and of course, more confidence. As you listen to these episodes, know that I'm right there with you, navigating the highs and lows of entrepreneurship, learning, and growing every day. This isn't just my journey, it's ours. So, what can you expect from this podcast? Each episode of the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide podcast is designed to address key areas of entrepreneurship, from mindset and clarity to balance and growth. Here's a sneak peek at what's coming this season. In episode 2, we'll talk about finding your North Star and how it guides your entrepreneurial journey. In episode 3, we'll explore how to overcome self doubt and build unshakable confidence as an entrepreneur. Later in the season, we'll dive into topics like using intuition as an entrepreneurial tool, creating a self care blueprint, and even how crystals and tarot can support your entrepreneurial journey. You've probably never considered these two tools, huh? These aren't just surface level tips or generic advice. My goal is to dive deep into the heart of what it means to be an entrepreneur, your mindset, your energy, your challenges, and give you tools that are practical, meaningful, and aligned with who you are. And hey, this isn't a one way conversation. I want to hear from you. What challenges are you facing? What topics resonate with you the most? Connect with me on Instagram at the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide or send me an email at the.entrepreneurialspiritguide@gmail.com. Your feedback and insights will shape future episodes because this podcast is for you. Before we wrap up this first episode, I'd like to leave you with a reflection and an action step to set the tone for your journey with this podcast. Take a moment to reflect on why you became an entrepreneur. What inspired you to take this path? What's your big why? Write it down in a journal or notebook and keep it somewhere you can revisit whenever you need a reminder of your purpose. Actually, I recommend keeping a journal for this podcast where you can reflect and write your thoughts based on the topics we discuss. Set an intention for the season of this podcast. What do you want to gain from this journey? Maybe it's clarity, confidence, balance. Whatever it is, write it down and commit to showing up for yourself as you listen to each episode. So, thank you so much for joining me for this very first episode of the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide podcast. I'm super excited to be on this journey with you, and I hope this episode gave you a glimpse of what's to come. In our next episode, we're diving straight into one of the most important topics for any entrepreneur: clarity and finding your North Star in entrepreneurship. If you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure about your next steps, this episode will create focus and direction in your business or on your entrepreneurial journey. In the meantime, connect with me on Instagram at the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide or send me an email at the.entrepreneurialspiritguide@gmail.com. I'd love to hear what resonated with you today and what you're hoping to gain from this season. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur who might benefit from this journey. Until next time, stay inspired, stay intentional, and keep moving forward with purpose. You got this.